Well, after years of coming up short, the Bills, as we've talked about on this channel, they let go of their head coach. Sean McDermott is gone. They've been making a bunch of moves, and it really seems like this team is done waiting. But I guess this is the real question we need to ask ourselves. With all of these moves, are they going to make it to the Super Bowl? Did they take that final step so they can get over the hump in the postseason and get to the next spot? We're going to talk about it and break it all down. As always, I am Mike, joined by Mr. T. Reese. Welcome to the 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast, Buffalo Bills edition. And T, we made a lot of moves. How we feeling?
I'm still neutral. There's nothing's been done that wows me yet. They're plugging in some holes. Getting some. They're getting what we would call upgrades in some positions because we had so many older players in some of those. But I haven't done nothing that really wowed me yet. This is all. I think for me is just sit back, wait, and see. They still have a lot of holes to plug in, so I wouldn't expect them to do too much until after the draft.
So let's talk about some of those initial signings. So it looks like today they brought in, what was it, Trent Sherfield Sr. They brought him back. We also brought in Lloyd Cushenberry the third, and then offensive lineman Austin Corbett. So Cushenberry is a center. Sherfield is at the wideout position, and then Corbett is on the offensive line. Can also play center. And then since the last time we talked, they brought in what was it, Geno Stone from the Bengals, and then Bradley Chubb from Miami. Chubb is an interesting one. I guess we can start there. I know he's coming off of an ACL, but that's got to be. I mean, assuming Bosa doesn't come back, that's an upgrade over Bosa, assuming he plays. And I mean, how do you feel about that one?
This remains to be seen. I don't know if it's an upgrade over Bosa or not. Maybe. Well, probably in the terms of the fact that he's really, really good against defending his side against the run. He can contain pretty well. He's not the prototypical speed rushing guy on the outside. He's kind of similar to Greg Rousseau. It's a grind, and he wants to
Your boy.
overpower you, or he's good at defending his edge. So that remains to be seen. We'll see. He's another year removed from that knee injury, I believe, which which tells me, this is when his knee should be fully healed. There should be no issues with him on the field. Yep. So I guess we'll see what happens from there. But there's no moves that really made me jump out of my chair and say that, this is going to put us over the hump.
Yeah. We spent some time on the last pod talking about the DJ Moore move because that was right when it happened. And I do think that DJ Moore is an upgrade in that wide receiver room. Is he the best wide receiver that's on the market? No. But I kind of didn't want them to pay the capital that it was going to cost to get some of these guys. It seems like Justin Jefferson wasn't on the market and AJ Brown was going for what, 2 firsts? I didn't want them to do that.
Look, last time we talked about this, I was not too thrilled. Not too many people were thrilled with having to give up that second pick. But now that you see how the pay these wide receivers are getting right now, it could very well have been worth it. Because the JSN contracts, it's absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 year of that.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. That happened recently. That was nuts.
Yeah, 1 year of that production, and he's the highest paid wide receiver ever playing in the NFL. Yep. He wasn't even the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that tells you. So with the contract we're getting out of DJ, granted, we took on a lot of burden from it, and that's only because the powers that may be at One Bills Drive, kind of spent all the money on a bunch of nonsense over the last few seasons and paying old players who should never been brought back to the team. You're kind of in that hole. So you have no choice. You had no leverage against them when you traded for them. You have no leverage against any team if you're trying to trade for their wide receiver. So, from what I've seen right now with what these wide receivers are getting right now, it's turning out to end up probably being a bargain.
Yeah. So they restructured Josh Allen. They technically re-signed Dawson Knox, correct? And that allowed them to free up some money. I know they obviously spent some of it, but they still have a bit left. Do you think they're going to make any other moves before the draft, or do you think it's just going to be see what we get at, what is it, at 26? See what we get there?
You probably don't want to, you don't want to kick too many cans down the road until you need it. So
Right.
I don't think they're really considering doing anything before the draft, just because if you can plug in a bunch of holes through the draft, then or maybe even with Bean, he may want to try and get that second round pick. He may give up that 26 depending on how the draft falls. I mean, there's a couple of spots in that 26 that's being projected for the Bills, and some players who I'm in full agreement with. But the question is, are they going to be there at 26? And if they're not, I'm leaning more towards, every year some players fall in the draft. We just don't know who. We can all set our sights on who we like, the Bills to pick and all that stuff. And generally it happens most times for the Bills. The guys we really want, they're always picked up right before the Bills.
Yeah.
Every single year. So, and we always scream about we need to jump up and get this guy here and there, whatever round it is. I think they're just going to try and see what they get out of the draft. And then, I mean, there's some rumors swirling around that they may even make some sort of blockbuster trade at the draft. I don't know. We'll see. But you know how those rumor mills go. They just throw stuff out there to see if it sticks. So I wouldn't expect them to do any more restructuring or anything until maybe after the draft, if necessary. I mean, the next contract that would be what eligible isn't it Dion? Dion
Yeah.
hasn't been restructured.
Dion's got a big payday. I mean, Dion's one of the bigger marks on the team,
Mhm.
as far as the salary cap is concerned. I don't know if it's at the end of this year or if it's at the end of the following year. I can look into that.
Yeah, he can be restructured, but they haven't done it yet.
Yeah. They could. I think what is he getting, like 26 or 24 or something like that? Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact number, but so the question you got to ask yourself is, are they just not going to restructure them because they're going to wait to see what they need after the draft? Or are you not restructuring Dion because maybe is he getting traded? Or are
Or is
you
he gonna
giving
retire?
or
I
you giving
mean,
the old listen, you didn't do so well last year, or you weren't the Dion we know. We're gonna, you know, play out the contract for you this year and we'll see how things go. And if
yeah,
they don't like how things look during the spring, the mini camps and stuff like that, they can trade them.
yeah.
Not even have to worry about using that money. So there's a lot of possibilities. I just don't see them doing any other restructuring until after the draft, possibly.
Yeah. No, I think I agree with you. And I think that it really depends on what they're going to do. We know how Bean is with his picks, but like at the same time, you hear all the media screaming this and you hear, I mean, we've been saying it too. And what do you got with Josh, right? 3, maybe 4 more years. This dude absolutely in his prime, ready to win now. And so I think, I mean, you do whatever it takes to put a roster in front of this dude with which you can win with right now. And I mean, I'm it's the Bills we're talking about, so I'm pretty confident they're gonna probably like take edge rusher, I would imagine, with their first pick if they pick there, if they don't move back. But I mean, I don't know. I don't even know like I don't even know what I want them to do, truthfully, because like I know they're not going to go out and get a stud wide receiver. I don't think they're not going to be able to get one of the top guys in the draft. And I know everybody says next year's draft is going to be great, but I don't want to wait for next year's draft. I don't want to think about next year's draft. Like I want to know what are they going to do now to at a minimum get to the AFC championship game. Like I mean, or get to the damn Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, I think that if, depending on how the draft falls, I don't think they take an edge rusher at 26.
Okay.
I don't. I don't think they're going to spend it in that spot, depending on who falls. But the way it's projecting, most of those top defensive ends are going to probably be gone by the time the Bills, you know, get to their spot. If the Bills sit at 26, Mike's expectation would have to be defensive tackle or wide receiver. Because, I mean, look, the guy, we've been talking about this for how long now? This guy has yet been, in other words, has not shown any interest of spending a first round pick on a wide receiver unless he's trading for it. here's his opportunity to say, okay, it hasn't worked the way I've been doing it for the last, what, 7, 8 seasons. I need to spend some money on that offense now in that first round. So I think wide receiver falls down there. I'm keeping my eyes on, Casey Concepcion. There's a lot of talk of him floating around the league. A lot of talk about the Bills possibly wanting him. I do believe they brought him in for a visit. I think if it's any receiver, it would probably be him that falls to the 26, which it shouldn't happen. Um, if he falls to 26, I think the Bills go. Or if they can get a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Or not even a tackle, like a nose, like a one technique guy that can, not just stop them, stuff up the middle, or somebody who could penetrate. There's quite a few of them in the draft this year. We'll see if they fall down to that spot. I know the kid in Ohio State. I think there's somebody in Iowa. I can't remember their names off the top of my head right now, but there's some linemen out there that you probably would take at that 26 pick. But if none of them fall, I expect the Bills just to fall back. I think it's 60% that they fall back into the second round.
Yeah, I mean, if they can move that to get like 2 second round picks or even get like a late first next year, I mean, I guess I'd be okay with that. I don't know. I just like I don't want to contradict what I just said, but like I feel like I want players now.
Yeah,
Like I want players now. I want this team to make a run now. And like we're gonna get into this in a little bit, but like we're not going to have, although, I mean, look at how it went this past year. We are not going to have that schedule advantage this year. The schedule's hard this year. It's going to be real. We got a lot of hard games this year. I mean, I think the one good thing, I'll wait until we get into the schedule talk a little bit, but I mean, the schedule's definitely not going to be the cupcake schedule that it was last year.
yeah. I mean, we're gonna have some tough competition this year. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, so I'm
Yeah.
not too worried about scheduling at all. We just got to handle our business, so we can't be too worried about other teams right now. We're a contender, so we got to start thinking like that. Fans need to start thinking like that. We're a contender. I mean, the one thing I did like from Brady when he spoke at his press conference was that we shouldn't be worried about who we're playing. They should be worried about playing us. So that's one of the
Yeah.
positive things I got out of his press conference. Um, I again, I don't know what the plan is for 2027. I wouldn't expect, honestly. It's going to be tough even to get an additional second pick with being the 26th pick. Because I mean, you're figuring the teams that are going to try to move up in that spot are going to be the early second round drafters. So you're not going to get a lot of capital for them to moving up a few spots. So you can possibly, maybe if somebody's willing to work out a deal for a player or something, offer a player or something, and maybe I don't know, but you know, I mean, there's not very many teams that have 2 second round picks. Oh, wait a minute, I do know one. Chicago. Chicago has our second, so they have 2 second round picks. I just did this. It's just hard for them to get the spot they're in. It's going to be hard to get any type of capital for that 26th pick.
Yeah.
All they're going to do is roll back to the early second round. That's the best they can do, and you probably swap spots and maybe a late round pick, like a fifth or a six or something like that. Because I mean, the worse those teams are going to move up, especially come the second round to the late first. I mean, essentially, that 26 picks is the second round pick anyway.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The difference is we're just not going to pick actually in the second round on the second night.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're probably right. And like, I just, yeah, I'm just thinking about the thing you said about the wide receiver thing. Like, I don't care how many weapons. Like, I mean, I feel like we've said this before. I know you've said this before about Bean, about how like he like gets his one guy and he's like, hey, look, I did it. I did what you said I was gonna do. I went and got this guy, and then that's it, right?
Mm.
Like, I don't think that one guy, like, hey, is DJ Moore the best wide receiver on the team? Probably,
Mm.
but that's not enough. I mean, yeah, I mean, Curtis Samuel's gone, thank God. I mean, Shakir's still here. I don't know. We don't know what we're going to get out of Kincaid. Like, when we were predicting the season last year, we said, oh, Kincaid's got to take a big step up. And he did. He played well when he was on the field. But I mean, what else do we have here besides Shakir and DJ Moore? Like, who else can you really rely on? I mean, the entire organization threw Keon Coleman under the bus. So, like, what are we gonna do?
Well, see, that's my thing. I don't know if you could repair the thing with Keon. Honestly, if there's one hot take, I think Keon gets traded at the draft,
Yeah,
especially if the Bills draft a wide receiver with that 26 pick.
yeah, probably. I
They're
don't think there's
probably
any saving that.
I mean, what can you get for Keon? He hasn't really done anything. So I mean, what you can probably get maybe a fifth,
Yeah.
maybe a fifth
Well,
round pick for him just because of where he was drafted at.
what a
Um,
waste. A waste.
yeah, I mean, but see, that's my point about Bean is that he doesn't really invest in that position, especially when it comes to when it comes to draft capital. He doesn't like to spend the money in that spot, and that's what's hurting this team right now is that you don't have enough rookies on the team. You don't have enough low end contracts, and this is why we're in this hole.
Yeah.
They repaying veterans. And every year we're doing this nickel and diming of 1 year deals here, 1 year deals there, and he has not made a conservative effort in the draft to hit on those picks. I think a lot of them are just, you know, let's get this guy because we need depth. Let's just get this guy. And I don't think there's no upside to a lot of the guys they get. Some of them they hit on. I mean, that happens. But I don't want a president of the team, should I say, that's owning getting late round picks. I don't care about late round. I need first three picks. You got to hit on at least two of those.
Yeah.
Within
I mean, they got to be day one roster starters. Like, absolutely.
you need impact players. You need players that are going to help out. And he keeps drafting as if he's just drafting for depth and is not drafting for starters. That's what it seems like to me. That's what he's done. That's why I said if a receiver like KC falls in that 26 spot, screw the defense. I'm getting that wide receiver because now I can have a rookie fully in control of his contract for the next 5 seasons if I wanted to. And if he turns out, he turns out. But I don't have to pay him a contract of $138 million to play for me.
Yeah. And I mean, so many of these guys too, like your boy who just bit somebody, Puka.
Oh,
But I mean, like but you look at that, like they got him in the fifth round. They're paying him peanuts. I mean,
yeah.
he's gonna get a big contract eventually. But it's just, like that's why Seattle won, right? And
Mhm.
that's why the Rams are awesome, And that's why you got some of these teams that are like at the tippy top of the league. They're like they hit on draft picks, and they can afford to go out and spend a ton of money at the deadline and bring in people to get them over the hump because they hit on their draft picks. Because you're absolutely right about not having ginormous contracts and having to pay, all over the place to like fill up your roster. Then you don't have holes, right? Because you can pay somebody league minimum at that position to just be excellent. I mean, Puka's probably top 10 receiver in the league, and I mean, for fantasy, he's probably top three, right? And like, they're paying him nothing.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Bills also, um, if there's one good thing I can ever say about Belichick, if there was one, the one thing I respected about him was he didn't wait for the decline of his players. He
Yeah.
knew the decline was coming. So he would
Yeah.
trade those players. He
Yeah.
would trade them for draft capital or in return of some sort of player or something if need be. And the Bills have been having a tendency to hold on to guys too long and keep paying them. And then when they're off the team, they bring them back and keep paying them again.
Yeah.
And that's why you're in this hole with the salary cap right now, is because you have not made an effort to bring in some young talent to help out this team. You're too busy drafting for depth instead of drafting for actual help.
Yeah.
People who can impact the game. And I like I said, they always make that excuse. Oh, it's late round. I don't care if it's late round pick. If you're late, do what Philly does. Jump up.
Yeah.
I don't care. Take my first and second. I'll jump up to 10 so I can get that defensive end that I want, or that defensive tackle, or that wide receiver, or whatever it may be. But it has to be, you need impact players in the draft nowadays, especially with the way contracts are going. You have to have your entire team, a majority of it, built off of young contracts.
Yeah,
And then,
absolutely.
yes, Seattle's loving it right now, but just wait till they have to pay a quarterback. I mean, Darnold's not making top quarterback salary now right now, but the Roosters are come calling. They're gonna have to pay somebody sooner or later.
Yeah, they're probably going to pay him. I mean, just won the Super Bowl.
You literally just gave most of your salary cap to your wide receiver. You're gonna have to get a wide receiver or a quarterback. Either you're
And I
gonna,
mean, and that nasty ass defense too.
so I can probably see them drafting one, but then now, guess what? Now you have an overpaid wide receiver with a rookie quarterback, and because of your success, you're drafting in the bottom of the league.
Hmm.
So now your wide receiver doesn't mean anything because you don't have a quarterback that can throw the ball to them.
Yep.
They got some issues they got to figure out in the near future too. So good for him, JSN. Congratulations, but definitely, in my opinion, it's quite. I mean, I can't actually. I shouldn't even say it's an overpayment because all the wide receivers that got picked up in free agency were all overpaid.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's talk about the division and then let's talk about the schedule. So, I mean, the Jets really haven't done much of anything that I've really noticed at all. They seem like they're going to kind of just be the same old Jets. They kept their coach. Um, I mean, I feel like they're going to probably be the third place team in the division this year just because Miami is clearly tanking. Like, I mean, Miami is what did they say? $90 million of dead cap after sending to Atlanta. I mean, Tyreek is gone. The only player that they have left is Waddle. No, or is he gone too? No, he's gone too, right?
Got traded.
Yeah. No, there's nobody. Nobody is there anymore. I mean, Miami's done. So,
Yeah, they're accepting. They're accepting
yeah,
this, which is what the Jets should be doing.
yeah,
And the Jets are not doing that. They're bringing in veterans. What are you
yeah,
bringing veterans in for? You're supposed to be tanking out so that you can rebuild your team. But
yeah.
instead, you're releasing all their good players and then signing a bunch of bad contract old players. How
Well,
is that
so
tanking?
who's going to start at quarterback for both of those teams? Or Malik Willis went to Miami, but the Justin Fields went to be the backup. Well, he might start in Kansas City because of Mahomes,
Mhm.
but who's gonna um who's gonna start for the Jets?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Like,
Didn't they just pick somebody up?
oh, that's
I'm going
interesting.
here. I think they did take a quarterback at some point, but I don't remember who it is. The
Um,
Jets.
Gino,
That's right, Geno Smith.
Gino went back there. Yeah.
That's my point. If you're tanking, why are you bringing Geno Smith in?
Well, I mean, Chino's not going to be that good there. I mean, he was good in Seattle because Seattle had a great roster around him. Then he went
Yeah,
and played for the Raiders, or it was atrocious.
but when you're
So
tanking, you're trying to tank to get that number one pick. Geno
yeah,
can win some games for them, and it can
yeah,
cost you getting that first or that second pick because of that.
yeah,
But you're also bringing in veteran players, like players who have recently played or started somewhere. I'm like, well,
yeah.
why don't
They,
y'all just
they
bottom out like Miami did?
they
Just
don't know
bottom.
what they're doing. I mean, Miami has no choice because of all of the dead money. Like they have to sack this year. They have to. They can't do anything else about it. I mean, I feel bad for Dolphins fans right now. We kind of mock them a lot on the internet. But the Miami has no choice. The Jets, I feel like, given that it's the New York City market, they kind of have to a little bit. Like they gotta put something out there to like pretend a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. And then that obviously takes us to the Patriots, who I haven't seen them make a ton of moves either. They've brought in a few depth players here and there, but they haven't made any big splashy moves. They know they've got a ton of salary available, but they're going to be playing a first place schedule this year. I think they get what, the 30 or the 30th pick in the draft or the 31st pick in the draft. So I mean higher than us. I I don't I think that the Bills will probably win the division again this year. I don't see why they wouldn't. I think there's, that Cinderella season that the Patriots had last year. I don't think it's going to happen again this year. They were very clearly exposed in the postseason when they had to play good teams.
Yeah, but they did it though, right under our noses. So I mean,
They played Houston, turned the ball over 6 times. They played Denver with a backup quarterback, and they played the chokers. The Chargers as well.
but
So,
who did the Bills lose to?
yeah, Denver. But the Bills lost to Denver's starting quarterback.
No, I'm not even just talking about that. Just for even the seeding for New England. We lost to Atlanta. We lost to some bad teams. We shouldn't
We
have
did lose
lost.
to bad teams. We did lose to bad teams. We always do that though. I don't want to like
Yeah,
dip into
with you, but that's why I can't say maybe they fall back. I don't know. Who knows? They may win the division again for all I know. We don't know about our team still for us to even
You
say
think
that.
they're going to win 14 games again this year? I don't.
You never know. They might. They just might. We didn't think
I
they
don't
would
know.
last year, but even with an easy schedule last year, we didn't think they were going to do it, right?
I don't know. I feel like the tape is going to be out on Drake May. I don't think he's going to have the CJ Stroud sophomore slump, but I think they get to like 10.
They're going to have AJ Brown by the draft.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
They're going to have guaranteed. They're going to have AJ Brown by the draft.
I don't
Now
even
what?
want to hear Patriots fans if that's going to happen. God.
So, like I said, this is why I said I can't count them out. They're going to get AJ Brown. They're literally from what everyone is saying. They're the only team right now in negotiations for AJ Brown.
If they're willing to give up the amount that is being asked for by Philly for him, go ahead. You want to
Well,
give up all that for him? Go ahead.
well, that's more of a ploy by Philly to try to get more out of New England. So you make these high demands and you hope that somebody else in the league throws their hat in there.
Yeah.
Which force New England to have to do something. So that's just negotiations. All that stuff you hear in there from these agents and stuff, it's just controlling narratives and stuff like that. I think he gets traded. I think New England gives up their first pick this year, maybe their first next year, because they have their quarterback, and next year's a quarterback-heavy draft. Maybe they get next year's first. Maybe Philly's looking to maybe get a quarterback next year in the 2027 draft.
There's probably something to that.
Mm-hmm. So, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But I refuse to count out New England just because they did it. I can't knock them for that. We didn't once again.
Yeah. So the schedule has the home teams are as follows: Miami, New England, the Jets, then the Chiefs, Chargers, the Bears, the Lions, and the Ravens. That sounds familiar. And then the away games are Denver, Green Bay, the Raiders, the Vikings, the Texans, and the Rams.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite understand how we played the Ravens every single year, no matter what.
And the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs. NFL, it always seems to line up where we have to play both those teams every single year. It's so stupid.
It's not fixed.
No, of course not. Why would it be? No, it's all rumors.
So, who do you want to open? Who do you want to open against? Gun to your head right now. Who do you want to open against?
Oh, jeez. Well, here's my theory. We're not opening up at home this year.
No?
We're going to be on the road.
New building? No?
Nope. They're going to wait till that second week to expose NFL because we're going to be the number one game, and they'll line it up with a good team for us to play in that new stadium in the second week. All the attention will be on our game. More than likely, it'll be the 1 o'clock nationally televised game. And If it's going to be on the road, I just open me up in Miami, baby.
Yeah, I mean, right.
Miami. I'll take Miami on the opening game just as a little tune-up game. Get this team right.
Yeah, I could see that. And honestly, I don't know if it'll, I don't, I agree with you. I think it'll be one of the better opponents.
Well, for
I
the
think it'll
first,
be I think it'll be the 425 window, probably, just
Mhm.
because they'll want it to be like the one big game of the week. But if Mahomes isn't ready, which they usually know when they start to put the schedule out, if
Mhm.
Mahomes is going to be ready by then, I would say Kansas City, but I think they're going to wait for Mahomes to be healthy. So we might not see the Chiefs until the second half of the season. So maybe the Ravens, maybe the Broncos for a rematch of that AFC game.
Maybe we go to Vegas first game.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I kind of want to get that game over with, truthfully, because I know that they're going to draft that rookie who's going to be real good. And, I'd rather get that game over with early before they find their stride.
All right. Let me for all the Mendoza lovers out there.
I like that kid. He's solid.
He's okay. He's okay. Trust me. He's not going to blow the league off. He's not going to blow the top off the league when he comes in. He's an okay quarterback. He's okay. He's not bad. I mean, he's not super good either. Trust me. If you watch this, he's not that. He just happened to be in a year where there's no. If he was in next year's draft with the other quarterbacks, he wouldn't
Yeah.
even be in the top 10.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
He's
The
just out at this point this year in 2026.
that Rams game is pretty juicy. I like
Mm.
that a lot. That's
We've done
real
that,
juicy.
right? We've already opened up and against the Rams. Was it 3 or 4 seasons ago?
Yeah, the year they won the Super Bowl, we went
Yeah,
into
yeah.
their building and we
And
beat the pants off them.
Miller's first year.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
spanked them.
yeah. We smoked them on national TV.
It was
So I don't know
great.
if they do that one again. I mean, we just did that, but I can probably see us on the road, and I think week 2 will be our homecoming.
I like
I
it.
think they usually do that with like new stadiums, don't they?
I mean, the NFL's lately they've been opening on Thursday. Like they've been doing like a whole weekend thing. Like aren't they gonna do a game in Brazil again or some shit?
Well, they're doing it on a Wednesday this year. The season opens on.
And it's in like Australia, right?
Or is it Brazil or something like that? I don't remember. Yeah, it's overseas no matter what, but it's on a
Yeah.
Wednesday. So either way, I think week 2 will be our homecoming game. I would not be shocked if that happens. But don't forget, we haven't had a opening. Let's see, the last time we were on the road wasn't that in Pittsburgh when we lost. That wasn't that the last time we opened up on the road for the season and we got beat by Pittsburgh.
We lost week 1 to Pittsburgh, I think like 2 or 3 years ago. And then we went on like a 6 game winning streak after that.
Yeah, but I think every year after that's been a home game for the opener. Every year.
Last year's the Baltimore game, that crazy game.
Oh yeah, right, right. So that was in Baltimore. Was that here? That was in
It was
Baltimore.
here. That was here. That was here.
Okay. Yeah. So the last time
Right? Yeah.
we opened up the season in week 1 on the road, I think was Pittsburgh, and we lost that game.
Yeah, it was a weird game we lost with like safety or something. I remember that game being like really bizarre.
It was.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember yesterday. So the fact that I'm remembering any of this is astounding to me. But,
Comes with age.
yeah. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I am really looking forward to the new building. I'm really hoping that our boy Paulie can get us some good shots from inside of the building and let us know what the crowd is like in there. I'm really very curious to see, and like not only to see it because I don't know if I'm gonna go to any games this year, but kind of just want to know what is the atmosphere going to be like in there? How's it going to sound? Like how are those games going to like be presented on TV and stuff like that?
Well, I was listening to Buffalo Plus, you know,
Okay.
the Buffalo Plus channel. And yesterday I guess they did a tour a few days ago for reporters or media, whatever.
Okay. Okay.
They didn't take them through every part of the stadium, but the most important parts of the stadium. And they said the most impressive thing is there's nowhere you can go in the stadium and not see the game in the field.
Really?
Right. So you can literally walk from your seats all the way over to a friend of your seat, and there's a space, there's areas over there for you to meet them over in their seats and talk to them. And no matter where you walk around the stadium, the game's right there in front of you. So
Like you
you're
can see the field, not just televisions.
like a soccer stadium. So the stands go straight up. So you're like literally over top of the field. So
Hmm.
there's no bad seats in the place. And I guess the tarmac or whatever, the walkways
Yeah.
are huge. So like there's plenty of walking area. You can just go meet each other at their own seats and talk and hang out and stuff. And he said there was
Yeah.
like nowhere you can go and not see the field.
That's cool. That's pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, that's why I just want to experience that portion. I just want to see how that feels. Because if you ever watch soccer games, the field looks a whole different than an NFL game.
Right.
The atmosphere of it and the way the field's laid out and things. And um, they did say that they were impressed by the wind. I guess it blocked it. They didn't realize how much of the stadium blocked the wind. It wasn't a very strong wind, but you can feel the difference. They said from going from outside the stadium than going outside. And you know they were saying, oh wow, there is a breeze out here, but we didn't feel it inside of there. So that's interesting. I do. I don't think they've given too much about single tickets yet, have they?
I haven't heard anything about that. They didn't our guy Polly tell us that they did go through all of the seasons though? They got rid
Yeah,
of all the ones that they were trying to
sold out
sell.
of the seasons. Yeah, they're just sold out of those. But I don't know if I've heard anything. I mean, who knows? Maybe they did. I just missed it. But I don't know how or what the pricing will be for single tickets. I'm very interested in that because if we can get a number on that, I would like to at least go to one game next year in that stadium
Yeah,
just to check
me
it
too.
out. I'm not doing season tickets. I can tell you that. I'm not. No,
I can't afford a PSL.
no, and especially for something you don't own.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're
No.
just literally just paying to have the seat.
Yeah.
That's
No.
all you're doing. You're paying extra money to have the seat, and you get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
So I just can't see myself investing in something like that. But honestly, I'm more comfortable sitting on the couch anyway.
Really
I can feel
nice.
my toes. I can say whatever the hell I want.
Yeah. No, I
Done.
mean, and yeah, I mean, with the way home entertainment is now, I mean, like, we're getting way off the rocker here a little bit, but like I was looking at an ad for Sam's Club the other day, and like you get a 65-inch television now for less than $300. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So like, the days of watching it on a small television at home are over with.
Well, yeah,
Like,
and people with money to invest in the games and want to turn that corporate, and they rather you, the penny pinchers, to entertain yourself at home. So that's why there's so much with all this advertising. They rather you watch it at home than come to the stadium. To be honest with you,
oh, the
especially
television deals are where they make all the money.
yep. So I mean, I don't think they really care either way.
Yeah. No, I mean, the money that they make on those season tickets is what's paying for helping to pay for the building. But I mean, the players' contracts are played by the television revenues and the advertisements.
Well, your boy Pagula has this went up in the most richest men. He's now worth 9.3 billion, I think now, which is up to something million from last year, billion or something like that.
And he sold what, 10% stake of the team?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Yep. And
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
on that PSML money, baby, some of that sweet, sweet green.
Give me some of that sugar.
But anyway, we'll see. We go anyway. They know we
Yep,
go anyway. They know if I don't buy the ticket, the guy next to me is going to buy the ticket. They
yep,
don't. They don't care. I'll let the guy
yeah.
next to me buy the ticket. I'll watch it at
Right.
home.
I mean, you know what? It's only been gone about 2 months now, and I'm already like almost ready for it to start again. Like, you
I,
know,
I'm in Sabres fever right now.
yeah, we gotta get on that. We gotta get on that. Postseason's coming hot and heavy soon.
Yeah, we may have to do a little. Hey, you guys listening in the chat. I know we haven't been on a whole lot lately together. Timing, busy, things like that's going on. We're going to
Yep.
start trying to be more consistent. But if you guys wanted to talk about the Sabres, I'll be more than happy to talk about the Sabres.
Yeah, I think we got to. I think once the postseason gets here, we got to give the audience a little bit of that. But yeah, if you guys want to hear some Sabres talk as well, definitely let us know. We'd be more than happy to do it. Sabres are looking real good this year. And I mean, we're going to have a postseason to talk about, which is super exciting. Haven't seen that in 15 years.
Out today, I did not know that 25 was it 2005, 2006 or 06, 07 season when it went. You
Yeah,
know, they lost the last 6 games of that season before the playoffs, and then they went on that tear.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they
I,
lost the
I
last.
don't I don't remember that season. Was that the year they won the President's Trophy?
Yeah.
That was like the Briere and Drury year.
Hmm. I didn't know
Huh.
that. I heard that today on the news or the radio, one of the two, and they were saying that the Sabres literally lost the last 6. Now they've already lost. I mean, granted, we got a point. They're in overtime, but we've lost the last 2.
Well, they were just like 7 of 8 on the road on that West Coast road trip they just had though. So I mean, which is unheard of.
Yeah, this late in the season. But
Yeah,
I mean, you can tell in that last game that on the West Coast they were done. They
they
were
were
tired.
gassed. Yeah, they were
They were,
absolutely gassed. But I mean, dude, in the last 40 games to have 6 regulation losses is insane.
it is absolutely it's
That's
record.
insane.
But I think last night they got a little too amped up, and it turned into some sloppy hockey. So we'll see how it fans out tomorrow. So who do they play tomorrow? Who's it they play tomorrow?
Uh, it's not Carolina, is it?
No, it's not Carolina. What do they play tomorrow?
They just played Boston.
Right.
Um,
As you can see, folks, we weren't prepared to talk about the Sabres right now.
they don't.
They played Friday.
Oh, that's for the Red Wings.
That's right, Detroit. This is a big game. Big game, big divisional
Yeah,
game.
because Detroit's like on the cusp though. Like they're probably not going to make it.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if this, I mean, they literally said if the Sabres even lost all the rest of the games, they still make the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, they've only got what, like 8 games left?
Yeah, I think it's about 8 games or it's 7, 8. I think it's 8.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're tied for first in the whole conference.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, who thought that we'd be in this spot, that we may be the #1 seed in the entire conference?
that is insane, dude.
Oh,
Considering how they started the season, like absolutely insane. You know what? Let's save this for a time we can get Paulie on here because I do want to have a long conversation about how firing the general manager led to this. Like
yeah.
I need like a solid 20 minutes of debate on how firing the general manager did this because I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear his stupid comment.
So
That's
anyway,
a stupid
oh.
comment. Person.
So anyway, that is our show, guys. Thank you as always so much for joining us. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. And seriously, if you want to hear some more of that Sabres talk as well, let us know. We are all about it. The playoffs are going to be hot and heavy and a lot of fun. And looking forward to the season. So with that, I've been Mike, joined by Mr. T. Reese. Have yourselves a fantastic evening and take care.